Prayer for beginners. 4 simple steps to connect with God. Have you ever wanted to pray, but you end up just staring at the ceiling, wondering if you're even doing it right? You feel like you should be connecting with God, but the words feel clunky or awkward, maybe even a little silly. You start to talk, then just kind of trail off, not sure what to say next, feeling like you're just talking to yourself. If that sounds even a little familiar, you're in good company. But the good news is, prayer isn't about finding some kind of perfect words or following a complicated rulebook. It's not a performance. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 simple, practical steps that take all the pressure off and help you build a real, genuine conversation with God. We're going to pull back the curtain on this whole process so you can go from feeling uncertain to feeling truly connected. It's just a conversation. Before we jump into the 4 steps, we have to get one thing straight. And honestly, it's the most important part of this whole video. At its heart, prayer is simply a conversation with God. That's it. We're the ones who make it complicated, thinking we need to sound like a theology professor or use fancy, old-fashioned language. But God isn't some stern judge waiting for you to mess up. He's a loving Father who actually wants to hear from you. Think of it this way. When you talk to a close friend, you don't write a script. You just talk. You share what's on your mind, what made you happy, what you're worried about, what you're thankful for. You use your own, everyday language. That is exactly what God invites you to do. He is far more interested in your honest heart than in your eloquent words. He wants authenticity, not a perfect performance. So many of us feel like we have to clean up our act before we can talk to God. We think we need to hide our anger, our doubts, or our messy, confusing feelings. But that's like putting on a raincoat to take a shower. It totally misses the point. God already knows what's in your heart, and He welcomes you to come exactly as you are, frustrated, joyful, confused, grateful, all of it. The goal isn't to impress Him. The goal is connection. Here's a phrase that has helped me so much, and I want you to really let it sink in. Don't go to prayer to find God. Go to prayer to be with Him. If that resonates with you, let me know in the comments by typing that out. It's a small shift in thinking, but it changes everything. It takes the pressure off and turns prayer from a chore into a relationship. Now that we've got that foundation, let's get into the practical steps that will help you build this habit of conversation. Step 1 and 2, how to start talking. Step 1, start with simple prayers. This first step is all about keeping it simple. You don't need to launch into long, elaborate prayers. In fact, some of the most powerful prayers are the shortest. Just use your everyday language and speak from the heart. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you could literally just say, God, I need your help today. If you're feeling thankful for a sunny day or a great cup of coffee, you could just say, thank you for this, Lord. It can be as simple as, Lord, I love you. That's it. That's a complete prayer. You don't need to add any fluff. Sincerity is what matters. One of the biggest mistakes we make as beginners is thinking God is impressed by how long our prayers are or the vocabulary we use. He's not. He's moved by a heart that genuinely wants to connect. So let yourself off the hook. Start small. Start simple. Start right where you are. Step 2, read the Bible and pray over verses. Okay, so what happens when you feel like you've run out of words or you just don't know what to pray for? This is where step 2 becomes your best friend. A really powerful way to learn to pray is to let the Bible give you the words. You can take a single verse and make it your personal prayer. This isn't just about reading. It's about responding to what you read. The perfect place to start is with the prayer Jesus Himself taught His disciples, the Lord's Prayer. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6. This isn't some magic formula. It's a model. It's like a template that shows us the kinds of things we can talk to God about. Let's break it down real quick. It starts with praise. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. It's about remembering who God is. Then it moves to getting on His page. Your kingdom come, your will be done. It covers our daily needs. Give us today our daily bread. It tackles our relationships and our need for grace. And forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And finally, it asks for guidance. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. You can pray this word for word, or you can just use it as a framework. For example, spend a minute just praising God. Then talk to him about what it looks like for his will to be done in your life. Thank him for providing for you, and then ask for what you need. It gives your prayer time a natural rhythm without feeling stiff. Another incredible resource is the Book of Psalms. The Psalms are basically a prayer journal full of raw, honest human emotion. You'll find psalms of pure joy, gut-wrenching anger, fear, and deep gratitude. They show us that God isn't scared of our real feelings. Reading a psalm and speaking it back to God can give you the words when you just can't find your own. Hey, by the way, if you're finding this helpful and starting to see that prayer can be simpler than you thought, would you mind taking a second to hit that like button? It really helps the channel get discovered by more people who are looking for this same connection. And if you want more practical guides just like this one, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Step 3 and 4, making it real. Step 3, make prayer an essential part of your day. Just like any other relationship, your relationship with God gets stronger with consistency. That's why making prayer a regular habit is so important. A common trap is to only pray when we're in trouble or desperately need something. But that turns God into a cosmic vending machine instead of Father. A real relationship is built on regular communication, in the good times and the bad. The key here is consistency, not how long you pray. You don't have to block out an hour every day. Just start with 5 minutes. The easiest way to make it stick is to attach it to a habit you already have. Maybe you decide to pray for 5 minutes while your coffee is brewing. Or maybe you do it on your morning commute. Or maybe it's the very last thing you do before you fall asleep. Find a specific time and, if you can, a quiet spot where you won't be distracted. A super practical tip is to set a daily reminder on your phone. It might feel a little strange at first, but that little nudge can be exactly what you need to build the rhythm. Over time, as you keep showing up, it will feel less like a discipline you have to do and more like a conversation you get to have. Step 4, focus on each word and listen. This last step might be the most overlooked, but it has the power to completely change your prayer life. We live in a fast-paced world, and we tend to rush through everything, prayer included. We can end up just rattling off our to-do list for God without ever pausing to think about what we're actually saying or who we are saying it to. Step 4 is to slow down, focus on your words, and most importantly, listen. Remember, this is a conversation, and good conversations are two-sided. It's not just you talking at God, it's you communicating with God. After you've shared what's on your heart, take a few moments to just be quiet. Sit in the silence. Now, what does listening even mean? It doesn't always mean hearing an audible voice. More often, it's a sense of peace that settles over you, a feeling of comfort, or suddenly seeing your situation from a new angle. It might be a Bible verse that pops into your head, or a sudden sense of clarity about a decision. Listening is about making space for God to speak to your heart. It's in that quiet space that the connection really deepens. When you move from a monologue to a dialogue, prayer becomes an experience of being with God, not just talking into an empty room. Deeper insight and encouragement. So, we've covered the 4 steps. Start simple, pray over verses, make it a habit, and focus and listen. But underneath all of these steps is a deeper truth. The posture of your heart means so much more than the performance of your prayer. God is not grading you. Some people find it helpful to think of prayer like a 3-course meal. You can start with an appetizer of praise and thanksgiving, just acknowledging God's goodness and all the things you're grateful for. Then for the main course, you can bring your needs, your requests, your confessions, all the real, honest stuff of life. And for dessert, you can end with that quiet time of just listening and resting in His presence. But look, if that structure feels too formal, just remember the main idea. Bring your real self to God. You don't have to pretend. In fact, the most powerful prayers are often the ones where we admit we don't have it all together. Those are the moments that build real intimacy and trust. So let's do a quick recap of the 4 steps to take the guesswork out of prayer. First, start simple with your own words. Second, read the Bible and pray over verses, using things like the Lord's Prayer as a guide. Third, make prayer a consistent part of your day. And fourth, slow down, focus on your words, and make time to listen. Prayer is a journey, It's a skill that grows the more you do it. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, just try it. Commit to 5 minutes a day. Pick a time, set a reminder, and just show up. Use these 4 steps to help you. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Just focus on being present and being honest. My prayer for you is that you would discover the simple joy of having a real, ongoing conversation with God. May you feel His presence, hear His guidance, and experience the deep peace that comes from knowing you are so loved and always heard. If this video helped you, let me know in the comments which of these 4 steps you're most excited to try. Thank you for spending this time with me. Be blessed.